through adopting this mindset and principle, you're going to increase your organic reach on these social platforms. Welcome to Your Music Industry podcast. My name's Daniel Fish, and I've made it my purpose to help people like you navigate the music business so you can focus on what matters most. Your love and enjoyment of writing, producing, and releasing your art and music into the world. If you're new here, welcome to Your Music Industry. We release around 3 episodes a week where we sit down with Grammy Award-winning artists, industry executives, or even solo podcasts like this one, where we get really specific on one particular aspect of the industry that's going to help you build momentum and become more efficient in the pursuit of your goals in electronic music or dance music. As you will have heard from my intro, an aspect to my purpose is to help people release their art and music into the world, and a big part of that nowadays is social media. Whether it is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, they're all out there. And what I want to talk about today is a principle and mindset rather than a technique and method, as there are many great resources out there like Gary Vaynerchuk on how to use social media. But what I want to talk about today is take a step back and talk about the approach in a sense of the mindset and principle behind it. And I can guarantee through adopting this mindset and principle, you're going to increase your organic reach on these social platforms. It might not be overnight, but over the long period of time. And why is that? How can I guarantee that? One, it comes down to the understanding of how these platforms make money. Facebook, Instagram, the way they make money is through advertisements. The more people that see advertisements, or the longer people are on the platform, the more they engage with content and more advertisements, they make more money. So this principle is based around the actual economics of these platforms, how you can slot in there and just for free make the most of your organic reach on social media. I honestly wish I knew this sooner, and I honestly wish that I could have understood it and had someone tell me earlier, but that's what I want to do with this podcast. The way I want to introduce this principle to you though is through a question. And this is a question that you can ask yourself when you're maybe making the content or maybe releasing it. As Rory Palmer said in episode number 55, the content you want to be posting on Facebook, Instagram is the kind of snackable entertainment or snackable information. It doesn't want to be longer form content, which we'll be talking about a little bit later. So the question I want to ask you, and that you can ask yourself, is this piece of content or is this post keeping people active on the platform? As I just said, the more people who are active, the longer they're active on the platform, these platforms make more money. And if you're keeping people active on the platform for longer, they're going to reward you for that. So that is the question, and that's simply the mindset to have. Am I making content that's keeping people on the platform? So let's take the example of an Instagram post from a recent one of your shows that isn't fully entertaining or informing, and as it's not interactive video or a carousel content, people are just going to see that, be like, okay, and then go. How can you make that more engaging? You could ask questions in the caption. So say it is from that gig and a lot of your followers went, you could ask, what was the highlight of my set? Maybe if you've got lots of followers who didn't go there, where would you like me to play next? Or who would you like me to collaborate with? Through asking questions in your caption, you're allowing people to respond, increasing the time they're on the platform because they're then taking an extra few seconds to respond and being more active on the platform. With this Instagram, if you've got people commenting, you've got the chance to maybe double, even triple your engagement rate by starting conversations in the comments just through asking interesting questions. So if someone replies with, I love this track, or amazing, keep up the good work, or something like that, you could then reply to that, not with thanks so much. You could say thanks so much and then ask a question, as then you're going to have and start building conversations on that platform, meaning people are active on that platform for longer, making that post more valuable to the algorithm, but showing Instagram, wow, this certain individual is keeping people on the platform for longer, meaning we make more money. Let's share their content to more people, as it might help more people stay active. With stories, for example, on Facebook or even Instagram, even like YouTube, you've got the chance to add polls, questions, opportunities for people to interact. So they not only just see it for a second, they actually engage with it, spending more time, and then through that spending more time on the platform. So this principle and mindset is just, are you working in line with how these platforms make money? Not in the sense of giving them money, but through being on the platform and keeping people active who already love your content and want to stay engaged. That's going to make you more valuable to the platform, so they'll reward you with that. So while we've talked about things you can do, let's talk about things that I wouldn't recommend. And a classic one of these, which is mentioned many times on the podcast, is promoting a 3-hour-long SoundCloud mix on Instagram saying, go and check it out. First, as we know, these platforms make money by people staying on the platform for longer. So if you are telling people to leave the platform, Instagram, Facebook, they're probably not going to like that. They're not going to reward you by showing that post to more people organically. But also, think about why people are on these platforms. Chances are, most of the time, maybe not in lockdown, but it's when they're on the commute. It's when they're waiting for the train. It's on the lunch break. Do you think they're going to go and listen to a 3-hour mix when they've only got 3 minutes when they're waiting for the train? That doesn't work with the platform, so think of that. Think of that when you're posting. I'm not saying don't post that mix on your Instagram feed. All I'm saying is think of a way that you can post it so people spend longer on the platform and maybe engage. So think of that in the sense of snackable entertainment. Could you take 30 seconds of the mix and put it on your Instagram feed with a piece of video content of you when you were doing the mix, showing the atmosphere, the feeling of the mix? One, that's going to keep people on the platform for longer because it's video content. They're not just going to see it and be like, okay. They're going to watch it and be like, okay, cool, they've spent more time on the platform. But it also shows them more about what the mix is, what it feels like. So they're going to understand it more anyway. So let's just conclude by revisiting the question. Are you keeping people active on the platform you're posting on for maybe as long as possible? As they, in return for you keeping people active on the platform, they're going to reward you with a higher organic reach of your content. So that is the mindset to adopt with social media. And if you found value in that and you think someone else needs to hear this, please share the podcast with them, whether the video, whether the audio podcast episode on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, please do. And if you have found value, please like and subscribe and leave a review on Apple Music. So what's next on Your Music Industry? On Monday, we have Corey James from a recent masterclass talking about his journey in the industry. That's on Monday. On Wednesday, we have James Kirkham, the Chief Business Officer of Defected Records, talking about the business of music and Defected Records' hype machine, which is a phenomenal episode, I'm not going to deny. So I'm really excited to share that with you. So until the next podcast episode, all the best from me. Please subscribe, leave a review on Apple Music if you can, and stay well, stay safe, and stay focused.